I may be renting, but I have aspirations to turn this house into a home. And today in this video, we are going to be renovating this super awkward room that's in the middle of our garage. Well, not the middle, but the side of our garage, and turning it into a home gym. Because I am so blessed, I have my amazing husband and his parents that are here, and they've already started working on the room while I was actually out grocery shopping. I had to go to Lowe's, Old Navy, a bunch of other stuff. Lowe's is pretty much the only relevant one to things that I had to buy to help kind of with this makeover that we're going to be doing for this random room in the garage. So I ran all those errands, but I'm back and I want to show you where we're at right now as the starting point. But if you don't know me, my name is Sahara. I'm a borderline millennial, and on this channel, I talk about home, habits, and hobbies. And if that's something that you're into, you should definitely subscribe to my channel, like this video if you've already liked the introduction, and just follow along for more stuff like that. All right, let me show you how this garage is looking. Let's see what we have. My father-in-law, working hard already. So this is the funky room that we're going to turn into a renter-friendly home gym. It's already got electricity. We have light source. We have a window in here, which is nice because it gets hot up here in the valley. But there were a lot of holes in the walls. You can see, luckily, my husband and his dad filled all of those this morning. There's said husband over there. So as I mentioned, I started this day out by going to Lowe's and I picked up a few things. Some of the things that I got were, I got a broom. Because we already have a broom. Like, I'm not just a crazy person who doesn't have a broom. I got a broom that's specifically for outdoor use. So I got the broom. I got some paint brushes so we can paint the walls. I got new outlet covers because the current situation of the outlets it's pretty abysmal. And I wanted some cute ones. So I got some really cute ones that I'll probably show you throughout this video. I got some painter's tape and just a bunch of other things that are going to help because we actually are going to be painting this room, which is going to be really nice. I already talked to the landlord and he said we can do that. That's okay. And I had some paint left over from our wedding in 2024 that I've been waiting for a reason to use. It's this beautiful, beautiful blue. It's very bright, it's very vibrant. And I think it'll make this for a nice gym rather than like a stale one or like a super testosterone kind of gym. Like, you know what I mean? So I think this is going to be a really fun room. I am hoping that we can get a lot of it done this weekend. I don't expect us to have everything done in this single weekend. So this video might come in two parts. We're going to be painting. We have permission to do so. So I will say that is renter friendly for us. If you are looking to paint a room in your apartment or house that you are renting, make sure you just check with your landlord first and get the okay, because I don't want to be the one to tell you that painting a room is renter friendly because it's not for everybody. As far as the agenda today and this weekend in general, it is currently Saturday afternoon, and the first thing we wanted to do was clear out the room and clean it up. And we're in that phase. My husband and his family already cleared it out and they've already patched up the holes in the wall, which was honestly such a huge thing because that room was just grimy. When we had moved, we had just left a bunch of stuff there for storage. We started taking some of the stuff out yesterday, my husband and I, after work, and they got the rest of it out today, which is amazing. The holes are filled. Now they're just waiting for that to dry so they can do another coat to just make sure they are completely filled. And then we can go ahead and start painting after that. We're hoping to do at least one coat of paint this evening and then one coat of paint tomorrow morning. So that way the paint should all be done by tomorrow afternoon, which would be ideal. While we're waiting for the holes that are filled to dry before we do a second coat, we are now working on cleaning up the floor. So we are vacuuming, we are dusting. There's a window in there that is so grimy. So we are cleaning that up and we're doing a lot of the cleaning right now. So that's the phase we're in. That's kind of like how it's all going to be this weekend. I think this weekend will really just be the prep, making sure everything is cleaned, covered, painted, and ready for us to kind of move everything in. We already do have the flooring purchased, which is amazing. We got that a while ago, actually, on Black Friday. And it's this nice, like, black flooring that's kind of like puzzle tile pieces. So we're going to put that on the floor. I already have all the equipment I want to put in there. And that'll be it. I'm not a home makeover renovator or anything like that. I'm not an interior designer. So a lot of this isn't going to be like how to. It's just going to be how I do. So you'll be watching montages of us cleaning, painting, placing stuff. And I'll be talking to you in and out throughout this video. I'm hoping not to make this incredibly long, but I am very long-winded. I love to yap. So I can't guarantee. You know the timestamp. It's right down there. So you'll see that. And I'm just excited for you to come along the ride with me. So let's just get into this renter-friendly home gym garage makeover.
Sammy houses.
The Samoas, the Sammy houses.
They're called Samoas?
Yeah.
I thought they were called samosas, and I knew that was wrong, so I was like, maybe they're called Sammy houses.
What about the aesthetic?
And do a drip. Oh, thank you, Abby. Thank you. And then pull the stick up and let it drip into the. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. It's so blue. My father-in-law's doing the finishing touches on some of this paint for the first layer. We don't have enough paint for a second layer, but again, like I said, we're just renting, so I'm not too concerned about it. We can go get another can of paint if I feel like it'll really bother me, but I'm planning on being sweaty in here and not caring about aesthetics at all. So I don't want this to be an expensive project at all. So I might just keep it as is, but this is what we've got. Let me show you. We got father-in-law working hard over here, but you can see there's some kind of streaks, but we'll see. Maybe we will. We'll just have to see how it dries. And then here, we left the wall on the ceiling the same because it's already a baby blue, and obviously we didn't have that much paint, so we're just gonna leave it. I noticed that I did need to paint the baseboards again, so I didn't even bother with the painter's tape on the trim. So you'll see that it's a bit messy down there, but who cares, because I'm gonna repaint that later. And we did have to take the door off the hinges because the door doesn't quite fit right, so we're gonna figure that out later, but that's a problem for another afternoon, I think. And yeah, he wants to do it now. But we'll see. We're all tired and getting a little bit hungry. So we might be heading to get some food. Well, we're all gonna shower and clean ourselves first because we're sweaty up in here. It is one of the first hot weekends of the year and we're technically not even in spring yet. So It's almost 90 degrees here in the valley and we're all hot and sweaty. So we're going to clean up, rest, probably go have some fun at a tiki bar. And then we'll come back for day 2 of our home gym renter friendly makeover. Good morning from a completely barren but dry home gym. So this is day 2 of our home gym renter-friendly makeover. As you saw yesterday, I bid you farewell. I said, we're going to take a break. We're going to stop here. We're going to let the paint dry and we're going to go hang out. And then we ended up doing more work because honestly, that's how I am. That's how my husband is. And that's how his family also is. So we ended up doing a little bit more last night. Well, it wasn't even last night, just yesterday afternoon before we went out and had some fun. So it's all about working hard and playing hard. So after all of the paint dried, for the most part, we decided that we just wanted to go ahead and get the door back on. So we did get the door back on. My father-in-law and my brother-in-law kind of, I don't know honestly what they did, but the door was off when we first moved into this place, and it was very high off the ground, which we needed to because we did end up putting the rug pads in, but I don't know, it was just a little bit wonky, and so they had to do some shaving on the door frame and on the door itself to just get the door into its proper place, and that's what we have now. The door itself is raggedy. It is, I need to show you because it looks insane. It's like this really cheap door. There's so much damage to it. And this isn't even the worst part. Look at the backside. I don't know who lived here or what lived here before us, but it is just a mess. There's scratch marks here. There's tick marks here that are all indented. There's more scratch marks here, and I don't know, it just looks like a crime scene, I'm not gonna lie. So because this is a rental, we're not gonna pay for a whole new door, but I do wanna see if I can maybe sand it and put some contact paper on it or something to just make it look less like dungeon murder torture chambery. You know what I mean? It's just questionable what was here before because we tried to patch up the walls, but you can see these are finger marks of someone who's been in here and pushed in the wall. They tried to fill the holes and stuff as best they could yesterday, but I don't know. It was just really weird vibes. So yeah, that is the door situation. But all that to say, yesterday afternoon, after I said goodbye, we did put the door back on to the door frame, and then we also laid the rug. We ended up, there's a lot of different kinds of rugs, and if you've ever watched anyone who's made a home gym before, you know they get those thick rug pads that have a rubber top, and they kind of lock in puzzle pieces. So that's what we got. There's a bunch of different kinds we could have gotten, some that have some speckle on it, some with a little glitter, but we just decided to go with a plain black because we can do more with the space decorative and just have a plain simple floor. And I'm really glad we did because it looks really good. If you noticed before when I was showing you this room before we had even like done anything to it, the floors were just a dark concrete with white paint splatters, blue paint splatters now, and just like it just looked a mess. And so we knew one of the first things that we wanted to do was actually get some flooring down here that was obviously renter friendly, but it also provided some cushion so that when I am doing workouts here, it's not like the harsh concrete on my feet and on my husband's feet while we're in here. So we used 24 of the little rubber tiles total for this room. Now for the edges along this wall and on the back wall, they are cut into not one, well, this one's cut in half. This one, the side is trimmed off because the room isn't like equal to what the size of the tiles are. So we did have to do some cutting, which you saw. That was, it wasn't terrible. It did involve some measuring and some kind of finagling using a box cutter. We didn't have necessarily the perfect tools that I would say to cut through that rubber tile, but it worked. We didn't have to like get a big saw or do anything. Like literally what we had as renters, a box cutter, worked out perfectly. So while my father-in-law, my husband, and his brother were cutting these up and measuring, I was just in here laying them down one by one, piece by piece. It was so easy. It honestly took like, I don't know, 15 minutes. It would be even faster if we didn't have to also cut the tiles. But I mean, you're never gonna get a space that's exactly the same size as the tiles. If you do, that's awesome. But this room certainly wasn't. So that's okay. So that's what we did yesterday afternoon after I told you we were done for the day. We pretty much got this place to really great shape where now all that we have to do today, oh, I forgot to tell you what we did last night. Like I said, we work hard and we play hard. Last night we did end up going to a fun tiki bar, and then we also went to a brewery, and then we had our friends and family come back to our house to just hang out, play games, and we went to bed at like 1 a.m. I think everybody left around midnight, and then my husband and I stayed up to clean up, obviously, and then we were in bed around 1. So it is already 11 a.m. and we are just getting back to this, though we do have plans this afternoon. So for day 2, I don't think we're going to be able to do a whole lot, which is okay because we don't have a whole lot to do. I will say we were originally going to do a second coat of paint like I had said before, but because we don't have enough paint for that and I just want to keep this really low budget and we're renting this place, so I don't want to put 100% effort into this. I just need it to not be as horrible as it was, and it's so much better. And I do have plans to put like cute posters up on the walls, hang some floating shelves, get some other things in here to make this room feel a little bit more vibrant, that I feel like it'll make sure that people aren't focusing on the paint marks and seeing how maybe unfinished the paint job is. And they'll just come in here, they, as in myself and my husband, will just come in here and work out and enjoy the posters and whatever else we put to decorate this area. I'm a person, if you've seen my last video, I don't care if things are the straightest or if things are done, you know, slightly less than perfect. I don't care. This room is something we're renting, and it's just a place for me to get down and dirty and sweat and get my gains and stay fit. So it doesn't need to be perfect. My husband, on the other hand, is a bit more of a perfectionist than I am. And so we'll see how long we last until these paint, like this unfinished paint job bothers him. Hopefully we can just live with it like this because I'm fine with it. Speak of the devils. Arjuna, the husband, it's like I summoned him by saying he's gonna have to live with this unfinished paint job, and his mom. So.
And dad.
Oh, and his dad. Everybody's here to get ready for working day 2. Okay, the things that we need to do today are put the outlet covers on. I want to paint the trim, the like baseboard, paint that back to white. We need to remove all the tape from the ceiling. And then I just want to clean the blinds here because I'm going to keep the blinds up until we get the stained glass kind of adhesive. Yeah, because that window is so open. And then bring stuff in. Cool. So let's get to work on day 2.
Look at her. She's so beautiful. Honestly, that just adds a touch of elegance in here. Like, don't you think? And this was only like $8 at Lowe's, by the way. So you can get a cute outlet cover, super easy fix. If you want to swap it out, like wherever you're renting, you can just save the original one. These ones didn't even have any outlet covers at all, so don't need to worry about it. But my brother-in-law did say that I should take note of everything that we're putting in here, because then we can remember to take it back when we leave. So, gotta add those. All right, not filmed because I was busy doing something else, but the family brought all of the equipment that I currently have in here. And let me show you what that is, because we still need to paint the baseboards, but then we're gonna rearrange things, and then we're kind of gonna be done with as it is for this video. I'm sure this place is going to completely evolve, and I'll bring you along with me as we do that evolution. I'll either post about it here if it's like an actual day situation, or I'll post it on TikTok at Borderline Millennials, right there. Yep, at Borderline Millennials on all platforms. And then you can see as we do piece by piece updating this space. But let me, before, we're not signing off just yet, let me show you all the stuff that we have. A couple videos ago, you might remember that I did a whole home office reset, and in that home office, I had my home gym set up. And I'm sad to say that that stuff is gone from my office because it's now in here. I'm actually really happy to say that. But anyways, you remember we have this tower. This is where I have free weights. I have some of my like Pilates stuff, my bala bangles, a basket of like my weighted vests, my booty bands, all that stuff I've got here. I have my walking pad, which I really love, and I'm happy that it finally has a home. I have my husband. He will be staying in here every day. No, just kidding. He's gonna be working out in here too. And then over here we have another basket of things for workout equipment. I have my little stepper because I was a sucker to the TikTok craze a couple of years ago, and I actually like it. So I do have that. My little workout indoor shoes, my Hokas, love them. My Bowflex kettlebell, which is amazing because it's adjustable the weight. I think it goes from 12 to 45 pounds for the most part. Like it's really awesome, this Bowflex kettlebell. Then my father-in-law just brought over his exercise bike because I just had knee surgery, and part of my rehab is bicycling. So I'm going to be borrowing this from him for a little while until I decide if I like it and get my own, or until I am healed and I can give this back to him and get a different kind of equipment. And then back here I have my stack mat and then also my other yoga mat. So those are all the things that we have here, and I got to figure out where everything's gonna go. All right, so it's almost about brunch time. It is noon 17 right now. So we're going to be going over to my brother-in-law's house. You saw him. It's the same brother-in-law from yesterday. He lives like 10 minutes away. We're gonna go over to his house for brunch. But before that, we need to finish this project up for the day. So we're gonna paint the baseboards white, and then we're gonna rearrange the stuff to get it into at least a livable space. It's obviously not gonna be their forever home, but just in a place so we come back tomorrow morning, Monday, and we can start our workouts in our home gym. So I'm really excited about that. Let's paint the baseboards. I'll show you the final look of how everything is arranged for now, and then we'll say goodbye. as you can see, we are just finished putting all of our gym equipment into this gym. I'm testing out the bike right now to see if I like it, and I do. I think I needed to lower the seat because it's a little bit high for me, but this is amazing. I'm so happy and grateful to be able to have a space outside of our house, like inside of the house, outside of my office, that we can come in, we can work out, and we can continue our health goals and our fitness goals, and just a place that we can come in here to unwind. As I am going to talk to you right now, I'll be showing some scenes of the place, of how it looks right now. We have an area towards the front of this room that currently has our little exercise equipment, like the dumbbells, the mats, all that other stuff. Then also in the front, we then have my yoga mats, my steppers, the bow flags. We brought in a cart that we can use as well to put other exercise equipment. Then in the middle area, we have our cardio machines with the walking pad and the bike that I'm currently on. And then in the back, we also just put in our Live Sands purifier. So this is an air purifier, not a fan. We still need to get the fan. And Arjuna is currently bringing in a whiteboard, or not a whiteboard, it's kind of a whiteboard, but it's like a magnet board that we can put some stuff on there so I can pin my workouts to there and kind of keep track of my days as I develop my workout routine. But yeah, this is the space that we currently have. This has been a labor of love so far, and obviously we are not done with it yet. As I'm talking, Arjuna is bringing in more stuff. We have some other things that we want to bring from inside the house into this room, and obviously we got to start actually doing the design, making it look fun and like a place that you want to be in here, and not just a place where you need to work out. So we're going to be doing that in a later video, like I said earlier, or in bits and pieces on my TikTok and my Instagram, or even YouTube Shorts. So make sure you follow along, stay tuned, subscribe if you haven't, and thank you so much for coming with me as we did a renter-friendly, low-budget garage home gym renovation makeover. I don't know if that was good for SEO or if it made sense to you, but that's what we did this weekend. It was awesome to have you come along. Thanks so much for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye!